welcome back to Epic Beauty Fail. I'm Jessica, and on today's video I'm going to be doing a first impression of Flower Beauty. So I did recently go on Walmart.com. I bought a bunch of Flower Beauty products. I did not buy a full face. There are a couple of things that I'm going to be using from other brands just because the reviews and such on some of the products I wasn't really fond of. So I am doing a lot of the products, but there are three products that I'm going to be using that are not Flower Beauty, but the rest of my face will be Flower Beauty. So everything is actually still in the packaging. The only thing that I opened so far is one of the eyeshadow palettes. I got 2 eyeshadow palettes. Everything else I think is still sealed. So let's go ahead and get into it. So I'm already primed. I just used some Smashbox primer water. That's one of the items I did not buy. I also didn't buy any powder or mascara. Those are the 3 products that I probably will be using today that I did not buy from Flower Beauty. Again, it was face primer, eye primer, so I didn't buy any primer, mascara, and powder. Now, I may not even powder my face. The foundation I'm going to be using is the stick foundation, and depending on how this sets on my skin, I may not powder at all, so we will see. Alright, so like I said, I did already put some Smashbox primer water on. I am probably going to be washing my face after this video because I need to film another video today. So I will not have this makeup on for a long time, but if you'd like me to, I can do a foundation review of this foundation in the future. So just let me know that in the comment section down below. Now this is the stick foundation. It's the Skin Cognito stick foundation from Flower Beauty. I actually also purchased a liquid foundation. I got the Erase Everything foundation, but I decided I'm going to use the stick foundation for this video. This is the they're both porcelain. Yeah, they're both SF. Well, this is SF1. It doesn't say an actual color on the stick foundation, but it is SF1, and on the Erase Everything liquid foundation, it is UF2 porcelain. I think there might have been one color lighter than the porcelain in the liquid. So, woo, okay. The lid did come cracked. That's fine. But this looks like it might be a little bit dark for me, but we'll see once I get it on my skin. It seems like oftentimes I feel like foundations are too dark, and then once I actually get them on my skin, they're not too bad. I'm actually going to pull my hair back real quick. Go ahead. Oh, it doesn't look as dark once I actually get it on my skin. Okay, I'm going to be blending this in. It doesn't have much of a smell, but it does have a little bit. I'm going to be blending this in with the Flower Beauty sponge that I hear a lot of people raving about. It is very soft, and I like sponge so far. Foundation I'm not so sure about. Well, I don't feel like I even got light coverage with that. Let's try some more. And like, it must dry really quickly because like I'm really streaky over here. Let's just try to do sections and see how it goes. Alright, I really like the feeling of this sponge. It is really, really soft, and it at least doubled in size, but I'm having a problem getting this stick foundation to blend in, so I'm going to go ahead and use a brush. Okay, let's go again. Let's go over here. Let's see if that's enough. I'm going to be using my IT Cosmetics, the Heavenly Luxe brush. Alright, well I think this went on a little bit better with the brush than with the sponge. I do feel like it's almost sitting just on top of my skin. I don't know if you guys can see it. I will zoom you in real quick and let you see what I'm seeing. So right in here, looking in my mirror, it looks like it's just like sitting on top almost, like right in this section. Not so much over here. Maybe I'll go back in with a sponge and see if that helps. All right, so I think the finish is actually a little bit nicer with the sponge. So I'd almost say use the brush to blend it and then just tap the sponge on your skin to get a better finish. And I am using the stick foundation. It feels actually really nice. It's not like transferring or anything. So I'm glad I didn't get the powder because for this application at least, I'm not worried about putting a powder on. So I'm gonna skip that altogether. All right, next I'm gonna go into my face. And what do we have here? So I have three face products. I have a Flower Pot powder blush. This is a soft satin finish. And I think this is the color Sweet Pea. I think that's the color I got. Let me get it open. All right, yeah, so this is the color Sweet Pea. So there is the blush I got. I also got a couple of palettes. I got this palette, which is the Lift and Sculpt Contouring Palette, and this is the light to medium color. And I thought this was just a contouring palette. I didn't realize that it had a bronzer, a blush, and a highlight. So there's those. And it looks almost like the blush is shattered. Not like shattered entirely, but it does look like there's a crack. I don't know if the camera will pick it up or not, but like right in the middle here, it looks almost like there's a crack in it. We'll see. And I don't think this has color listed on it. No, this just says it's light to medium. And then the other face product I got was this Shimmer and Strobe highlighting palette. All right, and this one is just highlighters. It does have a little brush in it that actually doesn't feel too bad. And then it has 3 highlighters. So those are the 3 face products I have. And let me just see. Yeah, I'm actually really liking the finish of this foundation. It is transferring just a slight little bit, so I'm not gonna worry about that. But what I am gonna do, I think, so that I definitely use the blush that I got, I'm gonna go ahead in with the contour color. I did get one brush. I got the, I think this is the contour brush, or the face brush, I think is what they call it. So I'm gonna go in with the contour color. It is a little bit powdery. It's not too bad, actually. I've actually had worse when it comes to powderiness. So I'm going to go ahead and just use a little bit of this. Okay, that is a little bit more pigmented than I thought it would be. But it does seem to blend nicely. Let me go ahead and get a little bit on the other side. It's not bad. I'm making a face because the foundation just looks really weird. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with this cheek. It seems to be sitting on top of it. It's just really weird. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and use the Flower Pot and Sweet Pea. I'm just gonna use that same brush. It is supposed to be a face brush. So I'm gonna use this and see what I think. All right, that is a lot more pigmented than I thought it would be. So I'm just gonna use my sponge just to sort of like tamp that color down a little bit because I feel like I am really rosy, like I just came in from outside. Okay. It's a really pretty color. I mean, it's absolutely beautiful color, but it's just a little bit too pigmented for me. All right. I like that though. I mean, it is very pretty. And I don't think the contour color is bad. It's just sitting weird on top of this foundation. Just a little bit weird. All right, I'm not going to use the highlighter or the blush in this palette today. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and swatch it. It's really nice and soft. Let's see. Let's go ahead and do it that way. That's the blush. And the highlighter is super soft too. And there's the highlighter. So they're definitely pretty colors. I really like that highlighter actually. But I am going to go ahead and use the highlighter palette that I did get. because I've seen more than one person rave about this highlighting palette. So I do have 3 colors. I think I'm gonna go with the more champagne color here on this side rather than the pink or the gold. I'm gonna go with the champagne color. So I am just gonna use my Royal Langnickel Highlight and Glow brush. This is my favorite highlighting brush. This is very powdery, this is very, very powdery. I mean, I just barely tap my brush in that. And I don't know if the camera will pick it up or not, but there's a lot of powder there. So let's see what it looks like though. It's actually not as bright as I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be way more pigmented than what it is. Especially considering how pigmented the blush was. I don't know. I just thought this would be a little bit brighter. It's buildable. What do you guys think? I think it's just very... I don't know. I'm going to go ahead and swatch all 3 of these. They are really, really nice and soft to the touch. There are the 3 colors. It's the champagne, the pink, and then the gold. They're pretty. That champagne is just very subtle. Maybe I'll go ahead and put a little bit of the pink on, see what that looks like. I'm going to use the same brush. Again, really powdery. Really powdery. Oh, very powdery. Okay, that is brighter. Yeah, that's definitely brighter than the champagne is. What do you think? Okay, so that's not too bad. All right, what do you guys think so far? The foundation, I'm not real sure on. The bronzer or the contour and the blush are pretty. The highlighter, a little iffy on the highlighter. I think I expected more because of some of the reviews that I saw on this, but I don't know, it's just a little bit too powdery for me. And it's not super bright. Maybe it'll pick up more on the camera than it is in person. Maybe. I don't know. I went ahead and put a little bit of the MAC Painterly Paint Pot on my eyelids to prime them. I do have 2 eyeshadow palettes because they were running a special that if you bought both, you got like a discount. Like it came in like a package. So what was weird though is that they shipped separately. So I don't know what was going on there. But I really wanted the Warm Natural palette. This is the ES1. I also got the ES2, which is the Cool Natural palette. I really wanted this one because I was watching Jam Beauty 89's video, which came out like a while ago. And she said she really liked this color right here. So that's why I wanted this one. I also, like I said, got the Cool Natural shadow palette. And I don't know, I'm going to show you here in a second. It looks like some of the colors are actually the same. So unless there's a color in one that's not in the other that you really want, I would say that you don't really need to have both. It does come, both came with little brushes, and I've actually already used this brush and I actually do like it. So here are the 2 palettes. I'll put them side by side for you to see. And I think that there's just some duplicates. So, for example, I think these 2, is that the right one? Yeah. I think these 2 are the same. They look the same at least. And then I think that these 2 are the same. They look the same. So there's definitely some duplication in colors. Not a lot, but at least like, I don't know, like 2 or 3 of the colors are duplicated. What strikes me as a little bit weird is this one is the Cool Natural and it has like 1 blue color. Like the rest are like purples and pinks. And then this is supposed to be the Warm Natural and it's like all purples as well. And then just like a little bit of peach. So I don't know. But the colors to me at least look very similar and there's definitely some crossover from what I can tell. But we're going to go ahead and use these palettes today. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to actually use both. I'm going to go into the Cool Natural palette first, and I'm going to use this color here, which they just identify as number 10. They have them numbered. I'm going to put this on my eyes first. Okay, and using that same brush, I'm just going to go into the next number. It's number 9, again in the Cool Natural palette, and I'm going to put this as a transition color. Okay, I know it's not real dark and it's not showing up very dark. You can build it up. I did build it up a little bit, but I am going to move on. Actually, what I think I'm going to do is go into, where do I want to go next? I think I'm going to go into my warm palette, and I'm going to use this second shade right here, which is actually number 2 in this shade. It looks like a similar shade, but just a little bit darker. Let's see how it works. Yeah, that's definitely a little bit darker. All right, so I think that actually worked out really nicely as a transition shade. I'm gonna go ahead in with my next, I'm actually gonna use another matte. I've been using nothing but matte so far. I'm gonna use this color right here, which is number 4 in the Warm Natural shade. I'm gonna build that up in my crease a little bit. All right, so my camera cut off. I'm not sure exactly when it cut off, but I am going to be using this shade right here, which is number 4. I've started building that up in my crease. I'm really starting to like the way that is looking. It's just giving just a very hint of purple, and I'm really liking that. So yeah, I really like that actually. All right, there we are so far. I think next I'm gonna go into the, I'm gonna stay in the Warm Natural palette, and I'm gonna go into this color right here, which is number 5. And I'm just gonna put that on my lid itself. Now, I have been using the same brush that came with this palette so far on all the colors I put on. I am now gonna switch over to a packing brush so that I can just pack the color right on my lid. Again, I'm going in with shade 5, which is just, it's not super glittery, but it is definitely a shimmer. And I'm getting fallout on that one, but it's not too bad. Let's just keep going. All right, that one is not super pigmented. I think what I'm going to do is actually jump to the next one, which is number 6. Again, I'm still in the Warm Natural. I'm going to go to this one, which is a little bit more glittery, and try seeing what happens when I pack that one on my lid. It's not quite what I was looking for. What I'm going to do is go back into the Cool Natural palette, and I'm going to take this color right here, which is number 8. I'm going to go just with my finger, get a little bit of this. There it is. And I'm going to just pat that on my lid. Okay, I did actually like that on my lid a little bit. I don't feel like this is very defined. I am going to go back in to my Warm Natural palette, and I'm going to go into the matte purple, this one here, which is number 8, and I'm just going to try to like darken up the crease just a little bit, going back to the flower brush that came with the palette. Got a little bit of fallout. Okay, there we go. I don't mind the look. It's not quite what I had planned on doing, but it's not bad either. So the next thing I'm going to do real quick is I did get a eyeliner. I got this one right here. This is the Flower Tell Me No Lilacs Kohl eyeliner in the color is Tell Me No Lilacs. So it is a violet color, or a lilac color. Go ahead and get this open. I love the packaging. Okay. Oh my. We lost the lid for the smudging end. So it does have like a little brush tip on one end to smudge, and the other end is the eyeliner. What I'm going to do is I'm going to actually put this on my lower lid line and see what it looks like. All right, well that went right on. That is actually really soft. I really like that a lot. I'm gonna go ahead and try to smudge it just a little bit. I actually really like this eyeliner. I think I might buy more colors in that because this is probably my favorite product so far. I like that. It gives a really nice color. It's smudged out really nice, so it wasn't quite so vibrant compared to like the shadows. I am going to go ahead back into my Warm Natural palette, and I'm going to take the peachy color right here, and I'm just going to put that right on my inner corner. See how that looks. And this is the color 1, by the way. I'm going to put a dab of that on my inner corner. Okay, I think what I'm going to do is go back into my highlighting palette and use the pink highlighter and put a little bit of that in the inner corner, because that peachy is pretty. It's just not quite as bright as I was hoping. That's a lot better. Okay. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of mascara on. I will be right back. All right, and the final product that I have is a lip gloss. This is in the color Plum Pansy. We will try to get this open, and let's go ahead and get this on. All right, so this does have a floral scent to it. Absolutely. If you don't like floral scents, you're not gonna like this. But I feel like this is the only item that I've tried that actually has that smell. And it's not like overpowering or really bad or anything. So let's go through everything and see what my thoughts are. The foundation, I'm not sure about. Maybe if I tried a different primer, and I have found that the primer actually does really make a difference on my skin, especially on my nose, which right now looks like has almost no foundation on it. I really do need a pore filling primer on my nose for it to look nice. So I will give this a try again. Let me know if you'd like me to do a full day wear test and review on this. I'm not sure how often I will wear it between now and that video if you want to see it. But right now I'm not really liking the way it's sitting on my skin, to be honest with you. I'm still seeing like a lot of my natural redness. Now I know I put that blush on and the blush was really pigmented, but I'm seeing a lot of my natural skin coming through. I just don't feel like it is sitting very well on my skin. But again, that could be primer. So I will give this another try in the future. Right now I'm not real wild about it. As far as the face contour color goes, I think it works okay on my skin. It's really nice and light, which is what a contour I prefer. The blush and highlighter in this palette are pretty. I didn't give those a try. I will in the future. The highlighting palette, which I have heard is absolutely fantastic, I was not really wowed by this. I mean, it's not horrible, but I wasn't super impressed with it. So I will continue to give that a try. As far as the blush goes, that was really pigmented. I actually really do like this color. Just really pigmented. So be careful if you don't like a lot of blush. Use a light hand. The sponge I am loving. I am loving this sponge so far. It is so soft. I would tell you that this is softer than a beauty blender. This is the softest sponge I have tried to date, and I love it. I might have to go buy a couple more. I really like that. And the brush, this is not the first time I've used this brush. I've used this brush a couple of times, and I really like this, and I really like this. I mean, I did almost my entire eye look with just this one brush. That was good. Like, yeah, I'm liking their eyeshadow brush. And I really like this brush. The times I have used it before, I've used it for my contour and my blush, just not my highlight. So I do like this brush. The eyeshadow palettes, I wasn't like wowed by them, but they're not horrible. So like, I actually might take these and put them in at work. Like, I've said that about a couple other palettes and I just haven't done it yet. But these I might actually do that because I can put the brush back in here. Both of these have the slot for the brush. And even though I really like the brush, that's something that I could easily put back in here. And I do like this, which is amazing because most of the time the brushes that come in eyeshadow palettes, like the Anastasia palette or palettes come with a brush. I usually don't use those because they're not very nice. And the Smashbox brush I haven't had a lot of luck with, but I really do like this one. So I might just put one of those brushes in here, keep one here at home, and take these in and sit them at my desk, because if I ever need to put like some eyeshadow on real quick, I could use that brush with my finger, and I think I could get a pretty decent look with this. Now this is a little bit darker than what I would wear at work. I would probably stick towards the lighter ends of both of these palettes. Stick to like the center colors here on both of these palettes if I was wearing this at work. Just something really nice and light. So they're not too bad. They do take a little bit of work, but they're not bad. And then the lip gloss. I like the color. I think this is a really pretty color, which is good. I mean, I actually paid a little bit more for this color because this is the color that I wanted to try. I was looking at online and there was like several different colors, and this is the one that I like the most. So I actually ended up paying a little bit more for this one. I think this one was like 12 something. So I do like the color of this. It is a little bit sticky, which I do have to get used to. Oh, and the eyeliner. Oh my gosh, this eyeliner is so soft and it just glides on. I mean, like, watch. I mean, I barely touched it to the back of my hand. So I think if I had this in like a black, I might wear it more often, but I do like this purple. Like, I do like this purple a lot, but I like bright colors. And there was a handful of colors that you could use, but if they are all this formula, this is a really nice formula. This is another thing I might, if I get like a different color of it, because I don't think purple would go for really well at work. I don't wear a lot of purples to work. But I would definitely buy this in a different color and leave it at work. So maybe like a skin tone one for my eyeliner or for my waterline, and maybe a black one. I don't know. My only concern is what happens when this, I guess you sharpen this. I guess, I mean, it definitely doesn't twist up, so I guess this is a sharpening one. I don't know. So overall, I'm gonna zoom you out just a little bit and show you my final look. All right, so there we are. That is my final look. I'm not hating it. I mean, it's not the best look I've ever done. I think the eyeliner on the bottom does give it a little bit of something. But there are definitely some products in here that I am liking. I will continue to try them out. The packaging is gorgeous. Honestly, I didn't even touch on the packaging, but the packaging is gorgeous. Like, this looks like a high-end lip gloss. This does not, to me, look like a drugstore lip gloss. So, I mean, I guess this one, like I said, it was a little bit more expensive. It was like $12, but I think it's a pretty color. Again, this is something that I might just take to work and leave at work. So I actually am liking this for that purpose. I have been getting so many brushes lately, and I've been getting some really nice brushes. Like, I mean, not like super expensive, like Tom Ford brushes or anything, but like Makeup Geek brushes that are really nice. I might take some of those into work too. I don't know. But I can definitely see this as something that I would like leave in a drawer at work, because I don't wear makeup at work. So if I needed to, for some reason, wear makeup or throw a little bit of something on so I didn't look like dead, I could see this as being something that I would do. So let me call John and see what he thinks. I will be right back in 1 second.
Is this a glam look?
Not super glam.
Oh, it's super glam. Alright. Question is, am I in the phrase? Okay, cool. I am ready.
Okie dokie. What?
Well, you got a purple under eye.
Yes, yes I do. Yes I do.
So, okay. Your foundation is not so good.
The foundation I'm struggling with.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. I'm struggling with it.
Your eyes look nice. Sort of a pink smoke. And
Okay.
a little, like, duochrome. Is that correct?
Not really, but it's okay.
They're shiny. They have like a highlight in them.
I have Shimmer shadows in it, yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, shimmer. So.
There is some highlight along the side there.
Mm-hmm.
Not a lot of contour, either that or you blended it very well.
Thank you. I'll take that as a compliment.
The foundation's pretty bad.
Okay.
Well, it literally, like
It looks like it's sitting on top of my skin, not in my skin, if that makes sense.
No, yeah. Yeah, because it...
Like, it hasn't blended, and I used both a sponge, which I really do like the sponge, and a brush, which I've used this brush before, and I've had no problems with this brush. So these two products should not be the problem. I think it's the foundation, but it could also be that I didn't really use a good primer either.
Well, it looks almost like you missed, like, the top part of your nose crease.
Yeah, I blended there. I actually put several layers on my nose. It just didn't sit well on my nose.
Okay.
But my nose, I've noticed, is very difficult. Like, I really have to use a pore filling primer, and I know that, and I should have used it.
Okay.
So I'm gonna have to use the foundation again some other day and give it another shot. But
your lips are nice and pink and shiny.
Shiny.
So, yeah, it's not bad, babe. I like the eyes the most.
Okay.
I'll be honest with you, the purple stands out the most. The rest of it sort of falls to the side.
Okay.
And like I said, whether it be due to lack of technique or precursors, your foundation is stinky.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
So that is it for my review, or my first impression, not really a review, my first impression of the Flower Beauty products. I didn't mention, I did put Wet n Wild Lash Renegade, which is one of my favorite mascaras. It's not the favorite of mine, but it is up there in the top 5. So I put that on as my mascara, and I think I did mention I used the Painterly Paint Pot, and I did not use any concealer, which I've sort of gotten out of concealer. I've got a bunch of concealers, and I do have some that I really want to try, but I've been having problems with my under eyes. For some reason, when I'm putting concealer on my under eyes, it's looking really dry, so I'm trying different things to see if I can fix that. But anyhow, I do hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up down below. If you haven't already and you would like to be, please hit the red subscribe button, and don't forget to hit the little bell to notify you when I upload new videos. And if you have any comments, leave those in the comment section down below. Have you tried Flower Beauty before? Do you like any of these products? Are there other products that I didn't get that you would recommend? I don't know. Let me know what your thoughts are. I told you my thoughts on this, on the things that I bought for this line, so let me know your thoughts. I'd love to hear them in the comment section. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time on Epic Beauty Fail. Bye!